And we are here at EarthX 2026 in Dallas, Texas, in the beautiful Hilton Anatole Hotel. And I have before me today a man who is making incredible strides at making sure that our commitment to preserving the natural world is integrated into markets, into culture, into community. I have with me, and I hope I get this right, His Lordship, Marquis, Felipe, Fernández, Salvador, and a whole bunch more that I don't know. But this gentleman right here is representing the Embassy of Nature. Tell me about what the Embassy of Nature means and how did you come about endeavoring in this project?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for the space and thank you for the invitation. It's an honor for me to be here.
Sir.
Speaking on behalf of TION, the Embassy of Nature, which is an institution created to represent globally the rights of nature in politics.
Wow.
And the rights of nature in economy. I believed that it was important to give a voice to nature in the modern stage.
Right.
On a decentralized way, right? With a very specific agenda. We want all countries in the world to accept in their constitutions the rights of nature, but not for free.
Not for free. Let's go.
Nothing for free is good. Right. So we are working also on an economical agenda for nature, which will be the tradable asset for the recognition of nature as an actor and subject of law.
That's beautiful. So what we're talking about is personhood, if I have you correct. The personhood for the rivers, the personhood for the species, the personhood for the forest. What kind of precedents have you been following? Has this kind of law been enacted before?
Yes, sir. I was born in a beautiful country, the most biodiverse country in the world, called Ecuador.
Ecuador.
And this country adopted for the first time in history an historical situation.
Yes, sir.
The country gave constitutional rights to nature as an equal to human beings under our constitution of 2008.
Wow.
So this triggered my inspiration to create the Embassy of Nature as a decentralized government for nature that will push the agenda to have nature as a subject of law in every constitution of the world, but under one context, environmental capitalism. We're taking nature to a natural next frontier, which is capital markets of the world. And we are, while doing so, bringing economic benefits to every nation through a concept we call cultural capitalism, which is now playing a big part on different countries and continents in the world. And now we're working to have the USA be also represented in that way.
See, I like that because what you're doing is you're saying, I'm assigning an economic consequence to nature, right?
Correct.
And there is a way in which you do that by giving it a legal voice. So my curiosity is thus, I'm wondering how you make sure that people don't exploit that capital. How do you make sure that nature remains protected so that people don't simply commodify and objectify nature? What are the safeguards?
Simple. There's nothing sustainable if it's not profitable.
Okay.
So we work on the margins, we work on the finance, we work on structuring financial products that compete with extractive communities of business.
Yeah.
In the same arena.
Okay.
What provides you a better profit? We're working on making nature give you the best profit in that market. So we're not against anything. I think we are just working towards the values of humanity.
I see.
So that we go to the right values. And we should be evaluating tangibly life.
Yeah.
This is what our ancestors came to the world with, we have drifted apart a little bit, which was a natural consequence, and now we have to get back to it, and that's where culture plays a big role, because identity and the concept of cultural capitalism comes with the fact that we have to portray ourselves as part of nature and not be a part of it. So all this cultural capitalism comes with bringing countries with the jewels of nature into the biggest scenarios of the global agenda,
Yes,
and
sir.
making people fall in love of the identity of these countries or continents by exhibiting the surrealistic nature that involves also humans, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
And taste, and the taste of food, and the taste of air, and everything that we feel as magical from our born geographical area of the world, which we now in Westphalia call countries.
Yeah, right. So when I think about giving personhood to nature and understanding that it is a living being, that it has intrinsic value, that sounds like indigenous values that I've heard about. How are indigenous communities embracing this? Have you guys been talking to the indigenous communities who have all over the world been the safeguards and stewards of nature as a living entity?
Yes. Well, first of all, I had the luckiness of being born into a family of explorers and treasure hunters. So since a very early age, I was living among nature, because my father will take me to the expeditions in the Andes or in the Amazon. And through that, I was able also to interact with a lot of uncontacted tribes, semi-contacted tribes, since I'm 11 years old.
Wow.
That helped me to create a cosmovision that only living among nature for extended periods of times with people that still do observation and live with what I call the natural intelligence, fed in my brain, perhaps at that early age,
Right.
the path to my destiny, which was being the voice of these people that are living as part of nature,
Right.
and bringing Dion to be able to constitute a governance framework for the future of nature in our society as an actor and subject of law.
That's a beautiful thing. I really feel that spirit, that the indigenous cultures have informed how we should frame nature as something that has the kind of value that we actually need to be able to see in like modern terms, right? And the modern term that you're interpreting nature's value through is the market. And so I'm wondering, have you had any pushback? Has there been any resistance? Do people like the idea of giving nature a voice and intrinsic value and a place in the market?
Well, there's always people that don't understand the concept of dreaming of a new world.
Right.
They get afraid, as they were afraid once when we abolished, in English, I'm trying to find the word, esclavitud, slavery.
Yep.
When we abolished slavery, we were afraid because we were entering into a new system. And many people were afraid, and I'm saying we just because representing humanity.
Yeah.
But that event was the catalyzer for a true industrial revolution. So imagine the day that we do the same thing with abolishing slavery on nature and with AI, and what AI can help us do to what we have been disconnected for too long, which is exploring divinity through natural intelligence.
Natural intelligence.
This is where we are tapping with our friends of semi-contacted and not contacted communities, which I hold direct communication through many nations of indigenous people around the Amazon and the Andes.
That's beautiful. So you're using AI, did I hear you correct?
Yes, sir.
And so what AI is doing is essentially, is it doing mapping? Is it quantifying? Tell me the role that AI plays
So
in the
imagine something. I'm going to put an example. A long time ago, not that far, but some years ago, in Japan, there was a problem with the trains. They couldn't find a way to solve this problem.
Right.
What do they do after that? Because they're in touch in a different way, the Japanese, with that natural intelligence. They consulted a mushroom.
They consulted a
They
mushroom.
planted a mushroom and they figured out how the mushroom started to find its way on the problem.
Oh, wow.
And through that, they solved the problem.
Wow.
So the best way I can explain it, I guess, is through this same thing. Imagine if we use the power of AI to explore the natural intelligence and understand it in the highest level possible.
Right.
What we will be able to reach as a human civilization for the purpose of life and for the purpose of progress.
Wow. So AI is essentially doing the work of exploring without destroying the natural world. You can, with these AI systems, get to a place where you don't have to clear cut, you don't have to dig up, and you don't have to displace. You could actually just use these models. So is it satellite assisted? Are you using imagery from outer space?
Well, that's actually another subject, but yes, in order to be able to monetize what we call the concept of environmental capitalism, we will be assisted by, obviously, AI, sensors, and monitoring on real time through satellites, right?
Yeah.
Because what you can measure precisely and what you can monitor at real time,
Yeah.
you can monetize, right? When you monetize that and you turn it into a rated security, then we forget this, whatever we're doing there. And that's the last frontier. Taking nature to the capital markets of the world and ringing that bell in the New York Stock Exchange for life.
Got you. So I've heard that you're a filmmaker. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Would you be able to tell us about some of the films that you've made and what inspired you to be a filmmaker?
Well, what inspired me to become a filmmaker, I guess I will attribute it to a very good friend. He passed away. His name was Robert Blalock. He won the first Oscar for the special effects, which he invented with his team with the Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
And he was my neighbor in Paris, and he encouraged me to explore politics through cinema.
Oh, wow.
I was never interested in being a politician. I'm still not.
Right.
But I am very invested in creating a political framework to have nature be with us at the global stage of decision making. So it was my path to be able to understand many things, that our whole reality, it's a stage place where we can play and do our efforts to create realities.
Right.
And that's, I think, what inspired me. Of course, I've done many movies. I've worked recently with the indigenous tribe of the Wauranis, which are the last defenders of nature in the Amazon.
Okay.
They're almost extinct. It's a matriarch community of women. And since they don't write or read, I created a movie, which is an anthropological documentary to preserve their identity through generations so they don't lose that natural knowledge and cosmovision. And I'm happy to say we're going to be premiering that film in October.
Wow.
And it's going to be the first film done for them, not for us, in their language, which is almost that long, for preserving their identity and their culture and their knowledge for prosperity of the world. So I do this type of films. Life has been very generous with me to provide relationships with a bunch of really amazing filmmakers that work with me. Most of them have won Oscars.
Wow.
So we are building movies, but we are building movies also in the metaphysical reality of the world, because we are working with them
Yeah.
on Embassy of Nature events to promote the culture and the identity of different countries of the world in different stages of the world, which you probably have seen on the news or on the internet, I guess. And now we are doing that on the big league, because we're working on the Casa of the USA
Oh,
to
wow.
propose an identity in the world of the USA that nobody has ever seen. Those corners of nature that nobody has seen on the movies or in the magazines, and certainly doesn't bring too much tourism, but that identity of the people that live mostly connected in the US with this nature, and that nature will be portrayed very soon in the world stage for people to watch.
You all, this has been beautiful, and I'm so inspired by you taking steps with the Embassy of Nature to really put it out there that nature is a living being. It deserves a place at the table politically, economically, and into the future. And what you're doing is amazing work. And where can we find the Embassy of Nature online? Is there a website?
Yes, sir. We have the Embassy of Nature altogether.org.
Okay.
And soon we're going to be launching a new platform that we will let you know in the right time. We're having a lot of traction. It looks like we're going to be moving to the South Pacific.
Nice.
To put a capital of the Embassy of Nature there.
Wow.
And we're very excited about it.
His Lordship, Mr. Marquis, Felipe, Fernández, Salvador, and a whole lot more. Thank you so much
sir.
for your time today.
Thank you.
Everybody, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to find at EarthX. You're going to find people who are on the front lines changing policy, using AI, using robotics, and making sure that we change culture so that this planet that we live on is finally centered in a way that causes preservation to happen automatically. So keep it locked right here. I'm Theo E.J. Wilson, and we'll see you in just a minute. Thank you. All right, man. Good stuff, sir.